What's up, gamers? GF Ditto here, and welcome to Let's Play Spectrobes, a brand new project on the channel. I am intending to do this with all three of the Spectrobes games, and I'm going to play them in order of release. Or, well, in order in general. Because despite the third one being called Origins, it is not a prequel. So, we're going to be starting with the original Spectrobes on the Nintendo DS and going from there. Let's just dive in, shall we? Now, Spectrobes is it is a monster tamer RPG game that was, I believe, licensed by Disney. Disney and somebody else are listed as the key developers. And honestly, for what it was, this was a really, really good series. Okay, now we're meeting our main character. Or characters, as it were. Here we go. Alright. Gina, this is the first mission we've had in ages. We can't afford to mess this up. Alright, this is our hero, Rollin. You know what? We might want to do the... There we go. Well, Rollin, whose fault is that? We haven't gotten any interesting cases lately because you always go off and do things your own way. I can't believe you said that. I always get the job done. Rollin. Sir. Gina. Yes, Commander. I have details regarding your upcoming mission. We've detected a strange object that appears to have come from deep space. It dropped out of the sky and crashed onto the surface of Daichi, the second planet in Nanairo. Your mission is to locate, investigate, and return the object for further study. Yes, sir! Rollin, one more thing. Stick to the plan and no monkey business. Do you understand? Yes, sir. I understand. We'll get the job done. Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for your report. You got that, Rollin? No monkey business this time. What monkey business? You sound just like the commander. Why is everybody so uptight? Hey, check it out. It looks like we're approaching Daichi. Roger. Preparing ground scan. Looks like it's raining down there. That may or may not be important. Alright, Rollin, you're up. Hit the ground and see if you can locate the object we're supposed to find. If you stumble onto something odd or curious, just press the A button to investigate it. Oh, by the way, just press the A button if you run into any people you want to talk to. Understood. I'll be counting on you to back me up from the ship. Our radar has already detected the object. Looks fairly close. Firestar, hello, hello, hello. How's it going? Happy hunting. Woo! Alright, here we go. Alright. Hey, don't forget, you can use the recovery pod to heal or save. Rollin, maybe you should save before heading out? That might not be a bad plan. Oh yeah, you can hold the B button to walk instead of run. Persona fan. Oof, stomach upset. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Doing alright. Unlocked Elder Frost yet. Ooh, nice. Sounds like fun. Alright. So here we are out here on Daichi. I have no idea where I'm meant to be going. Roland, where are you going? The radar indicates that the object lies to the east. I mean, you could have said that. The second dose today could just be reacting to it. Ah, that makes sense. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm gonna be looking at getting my booster fairly soon here. She said east. But there is no reasonable way to go east? Oh, here we go. Maybe. That's our ship. Again. Maybe east isn't east for once. Hang on. Let's hug the walls and see where it'll let me go. Has been a little bit on this one. My tube booster can... I mean... yeah, it's your right. Where, object lies to the east. East where? Did I somehow walk right past it? Like... Oh, here we are. Never mind. I'm just getting all turned around because I don't have a map. You accepted the society? Okay, fair. Huh, what's this thing? It looks like it's perfectly made to fit the wrist section of my suit. And we've got the Prismod. Alright. Wow, it does fit. Looks pretty cool, too. I wonder what it is. Also, so I couldn't be fired from work in the near future because of it. I mean, that makes sense. I do it to keep the people around me safe. I have high-risk people in my family. Roland, how's it going? Have you found anything? Gina, I've located the object. It looks like some kind of escape capsule from a spaceship. And there's an old man inside. Is he still alive? I don't know. If he is alive, he's unconscious. His eyes are closed and he's not moving. We'll just call him Mr. X for now. Whoa! What's that? Roland? What's happening? There's a huge black tornado and it's coming straight at me. It's moving just like a living creature. Here we go. Alright. So, these are our buttons. L button is used for attacking. R button is used for attacking with, each one is connected to a specific Spectrobe. X button is for Roland to attack. The A button is for our charge attacks. B button changes weapons. And the Y button changes the charge attack. Oh, and I can hold select to retreat. Also, Rice Krispie Treats have a strawberry flavor now. Nice. Alright. Okay. So I will be introducing the Spectrobes here in a moment, because these are the Spectrobes. These are the creatures that we're going to be using to protect us and to protect Nanairo. Okay, so you'll also see that after using their attack, their the ally numbers up top, they gray out briefly. So you can't back-to-back attack in those cases. Alright, that's a victory. And that also means that we have 2 Spectrobes. So who we have is we have Spiken and Zozane. Now, you'll find that every Spectrobe in the game falls under one of three categories or attributes. Corona, Aurora, and Flash, which function similarly to Pokemon's Fire, Water, and Grass types. Corona being more fire, Aurora being more leaning towards grass, and Flash being the equivalent of water. Roland, come in, come in. What's your status? Are you okay? I think so. Something really weird just happened. I'll fill you in when I get back. I'm preparing the capsule for transport back to our ship now. Roger. Wow, my moves had little or no effect on those things. I actually wouldn't know this if I didn't already know this, because I didn't actually let Roland attack anything there. There are very... I'll go into the details on Roland's attacks fairly shortly here, but there are very few weapons that are actually really worth using for him. But those creatures that leapt out of this wrist device wiped them right out. Right, that would be the Spectrobes. I don't know how his health is, but he's not dead. He's in a cold sleep and his system is working properly. I wonder if he'll really be alright. I'd also like to know who he really is and where he's really from. Only time will tell. Hey, looks like he's waking up. How convenient. Dealing from Wi-Fi issues first day back at work. Guess I'm not playing with my friends tonight. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Where am I? It's okay. You're safe. You're aboard our spacecraft. What kind of voice should I give you? What happened to my ship? Maybe like that? No. I'm afraid it's a wreck. You're lucky to be alive. Can you tell us your name and where you came from? Yeah, maybe something more along those lines. My name is Aldous. I'm from the Giorna system. Giorna? But that star system disappeared suddenly 16 years ago. Disappeared? But that means... I'm too late! No, it can't be! Too late? For what? Too late to save my planet and people from the Krawl, those planet-eating fiends. I came in search of our final hope for defeating them. The Spectrobes. Spectrobes? The extinct creatures from ancient times? But those are nothing but fossils now. Ah, so I was right. There are fossils here. Well, yeah, but... What about minerals? Are there minerals here too? The gem-like rocks in the ground? Of course, there's plenty. I finally did it. I actually found the origin star system of the Spectrobes. But I'm too late. My beloved Giorna has been completely wiped out by the Krawl. I don't understand. What are the Krawl and how did they destroy Giorna? Where to begin? The Krawl are wicked amoebic-like creatures. They completely devour stars and planetary systems. They travel in tornado-like clouds called black vortexes. I just fought something that sounds exactly like that. I wonder if it was a Krawl. You fought it? That's impossible. There's no way you could have survived a Krawl attack. Actually, some creatures came out of this device on my arm and trounced them for me. Ah! That's my Prismod. Can you actually use it? Maybe? I'm not sure? Listen closely. If the creatures you saw emerged from a black vortex, I'm sure they were Krawl. And the creatures that leapt from the Prismod on your wrist are Spectrobes. Those are Spectrobes? Yes, but back to the Krawl. If you saw them here in Nanairo, it means they've targeted this star system. You must awaken the Spectrobes and prepare yourselves for battle. Awaken Spectrobes? Prepare for battle? That's crazy. How are we supposed to do that? If you trust me and can give me a little time, I can show you how. I need an energy source. Can I use some of your ship's power? I guess so, but let me assist. We're responsible for this ship. Roland, you wait here in the ship. Okay, you can activate the Prism mod with the X button. That opens your menu, basically. Once inside the Prism mod, use the stylus to navigate the menu. Try touching the status option to check the current status of the Spectrobes in the Prism mod. Now, I do believe you can carry 6 Spectrobes on you at one time. Sound familiar? Actually, I believe that's kind of a standard for a monster tamer. Okay, so I don't have any items worth using. That's the battle set status. Okay, so you'll see Roland's status on the smaller screen right now, which is actually the top screen. And the Spectrobes here, we got SPA99 Spikin. 124 to 140, attack 155, defense 95. Not bad. Looking good. Looking good. Attack. I believe that's attack, defense, speed, and escape are the 4 support things. Here, let's do this. Okay, so on the right side, you'll see support, and you'll see what looks to be attack, defense, speed, and escape, I think. No, it's not escape, it's charge speed. It's written right there, attack, defense, speed, and charge speed. So, attack 155, defense 95. Spiking is rather slow. Zozane's not exactly much faster. Zozane leaps into the air, does his speed spin, and crashes into foes. Okay, so that's... And then Hammer, Lash, Spikin whips enemies with his tail, and then emits 3 shockwaves. Those are the charge attacks. Then Roland's equipped with just basic equipment right now. Something just had 2 Rice Krispie treats and I feel fine now. Nice. Very nice. I can't remember the last time I had a Rice Krispie treat. Then again, we all know I'm not exactly a sweets person. Okay, what else can I look at here that might help? My case, this is where you'll find equipment, items, etc. Fossils and minerals. So, what you're seeing here now is my fossil storage, and there's mineral storage. And then battle set. What's battle set? Okay, this is actually the setup for equips and stuff. So, right now I've got Roland equipped with level 1 glove and armor, and that's it. Now, if the glove is his offensive weapon, that's actually a good offensive weapon. Granted, Roland will never be able to do significant damage to the Krawl, because that's just the way of it in this game. Also, if Roland happens to fall in battle, the battle is over. I was craving them earlier, so I got a 6-pack. Also got more snacks for work because I have a 12-hour. That makes sense too. Okay, and yes, here I can switch out the Spectrobes. You'll see I have 6 slots for a battle party. Although there's 1 slot I'm not seeing. So the purple slots to the right, I believe, are also my battle party. We will be growing the party, and they will be filling in the slots on this here part of the layout. Alright, let's go see Gina again. She's going to be... You know what? It never hurts to grab a quick save. And healing. It's free. Tuesday they couldn't get anyone in the morning, so what do? They gave me a 12-hour on my weekend. Yeah, that sounds about right. Hey, Roland, everything's working fine. Come down and check this out. Alright, looks like it's time. We are being summoned. Alright, now all of these things are going to be devices that happen to be a thing throughout the game. I tried to awaken the Spectrobes by speaking to them, but I couldn't. I guess I don't have the power. Just wait. It's a shame. It's a shame. Yeah, Gina can't do much of anything with the Spectrobes. Roland, I want to give you this fossil. You're going to need it. Roland got a coma pod. Now, you need to use the lab system behind me to awaken it. Awaken it? Yes. First start the lab system, then slide the fossil into the awakening room and speak to it. You were able to use the Prismod, so your voice should be able to awaken Spectrobes as well. See, and that's the thing right there, is Roland's got the Prismod. The Prismod is everything. Start the lab system? Of course we want to. Oh my gosh, Persona, that sounds terrible. Okay, so here we have lineup, we have awaken, we have the library, which is basically our database. And we have the incubator. Now, the incubator is going to be very essential to this journey. We'll go over that in a minute, though. Let's go ahead and try and awaken the fossil that we've been given. So we slide it in. And now, we talk to it. Wake up! Hello? Oh my god. Okay, so the thing here is it is very, very unstable, and the DS microphone doesn't always catch your voice. So sometimes you kind of just have to hum at it for a minute. That's usually the tactic I end up using. I'm going to try not to do that, though, because, well, y'all's ears. Let's stylist this. I want to name you Kuma. Because, I don't know, it seems very bear-like. Kuma just seems like a good name for it. Even though it's a Koma Inu. Kuma just sounds like a good name. Okay, access the lineup menu and search to start... Yes. Okay, so that happens here in lineup. That doesn't... I can't control that from my Prismod. That explains so much. So we're going now lineup. And so here we have our 2 battle Spectrobes, which we can switch out our entire party right here. We can only switch out between the 6 of them from the Prismod in the field. If we move on over to search, however... yes, if we move on over to search, you'll find we have a slot here. And we can put Kuma right here. Just like that. Now, this is going to make a lot more sense as to what it does in a minute. Okay, so, yeah, we're not going to go over the incubator just yet because we haven't even gone over the different forms of Spectrobe. But we're on the right track. Alright, so we have a Koma Inu now, and I believe it's... Yep, got it. Gina? Amazing! You turned that fossil into a Spectrobe. It's so cute! Talk to Aldous and see if he can tell you more about it. Yes, I just wanted to hear your thoughts first. Just as I thought, you can communicate with them. I knew there was something special about you when I saw the Prismod on your wrist. So this little guy can be used to battle Krawl? No. A recently awakened Spectrobe is only in child form. It's like a newborn baby. They can't fight, but they're very useful. They can help you locate buried fossils and minerals. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Just touch the Spectrobe and it will scan the ground around itself. If you discover something, just touch it to excavate it. That's... That's amazing. Hey, Roland, this could be useful for our work. Why don't you give it a try? But you and the commander keep saying no monkey business and stick to the plan, remember? This isn't monkey business. This falls well within the scope of our current mission. Listen up. If you detect a larger twinkling spot, be sure to excavate it. Those spots mark buried cubes. Cubes? What are those? It's believed that the cubes are inscribed with ancient secrets about the Spectrobes. They have untold value and must not be overlooked. Just touch them to excavate them. Alright, so now we've learned that there is a such thing as a child-form Spectrobe, which is not strong enough to battle, like Komeinu here. There are 3 forms of Spectrobe: Child, Adult, and Evolved. The Spiken and Zozane we received as the Spectrobes to start the journey with are adult form Spectrobes. Now, the only way to change a Spectrobe from Child into Adult or from Adult into Evolved is via the Incubator. You put a Spectrobe or 2 into the Incubator room, you feed them minerals, and they grow. The minerals will help improve their stats, and time spent in the incubator is also necessary for the, quote, evolution to take place. I think there might be a third condition for... So, for child to adult, the only condition I'm aware of, I believe, is number of minerals fed. Whereas adult to evolved requires a certain amount of time spent in the incubator, and that's real time. Like, for instance, I don't remember who, but somebody requires 15 minutes in the incubator, plus a certain number of minerals fed, and I believe certain stats reached. Once again, it has been a little while. I will be brushing up on this as we go and informing you as best I can. Roland, don't forget to use the Spectrobe for searching. Just touch it and it will scan the area around itself. Stay focused, find minerals, fossils, and cubes. Gotcha. Okay, now the thing is, you don't actually have to touch the Spectrobe in order for it to do the search. I tend to do it with the R button. You hold down the R button and the circle will expand. Touch the Spectrobe with the stylus to have it scan for things buried in the field. When you touch a Spectrobe, it will scan the entire area within its search range. If the Spectrobe finds something within its range, the point where you should excavate will appear. If the Spectrobe discovers an excavation point, touch it with the stylus to excavate it. Yes. Absolutely that. Or I believe you can just walk up and press A. Now here's the thing, Komeinu does not exactly have the biggest range. Okay, so I do have to actually click the icon, I believe. Okay, now for excavation. We're going to dig up a fossil. What we have here is 2 different sized drills and a blower. A lot of blowing can be done just by talking or breathing into the microphone or blowing into it. But what we're doing here is we're going to try to dig up this Spectrobe without breaking it. I just failed that, and that's bad. The funny thing is, that fossil was going to be one of my favorite Spectrobes. Wow, it has been so long. Maybe I should have... I don't know what the best way to handle that would have been. I usually try to go very, very light on the... I don't try to be heavy-handed with the drill. But, you know, sometimes things happen. Clearly. I'm hoping I can find another Shapod. Because, yes, one of my favorite Spectrobes, one of the most powerful ones I know of, is the Shapod. Alright, let's get down to the base. This is something different. We're going to try and take it easy. So where it says level 1 and it has something written to the right, or it has the gauge to the right, that gauge is the health gauge for the fossil. So we want to try and clear all the debris without filling that gauge. It has been a little while, so I don't remember exactly which Spectrobe this is. We're at 92%. I believe we could just pick it up. So here's the thing. You can get to 100% and it'll pick it up automatically. Or I think at 95%, you can just click the pickup button on the bottom right, just above exit, and go for it. Like that. Alright, so we got a Segu pod. Okay. Now, you don't get any custom parts if you pick it up, I believe. We will get better about this whole thing as we level up. Like, you always start out kind of bad. The orange ones are always going to be fossils. The blue sparkle spots are always going to be minerals. We're going to start out by finding nothing but low-rank minerals, and the color, in this case, the color determines what stat it's for, I believe. I could be completely wrong. We'll find out once we dig it up. Valley Wind works in Diamond. Target is anything there, but preferably Weasel or Shellos. I love the pink Shellos. Okay, I've run it a little too risky so far. Clearly. Alright. I want the mineral, though. Like, this is, And the funny thing is, this digging minigame, these excavate... That was Power C. Okay. So these excavations are actually kind of like the main thing you're going to do to be able to get better Spectrobes and strengthen the ones you already have. This is a key point in the game, so you're going to want to raise your excavation level as much as you can. In fact, in between episodes, I may take some time and just work on excavation levels. You know, a little bit of grinding here and there doesn't hurt. Oh my gosh, am I going to get this? I don't know. Honestly, haven't used a Gastrodon before, so Shellos would be cool. Yeah, Gastrodon's pretty good. I mean, as far as ground and water types go, Gastrodon's not a bad pick. Come on. 93. I just need to get to 95. I mean, I'm debating on the off-screen grinding for this. Because first off, I don't want to pick up any fossils that aren't on camera. I don't think. At least not any new ones. At the same time, okay, and we're bound to get duplicates as well. But that's also fine because, you know what? It's experience. In the end, it's experience. And now it's just a question of cleaning up here. Let's get the blower in there. And that's the thing, is you're really gonna just get, if you play through alongside me, you're just gonna get used to being able to identify each and every fossil on site, because you just do. And each of them, like, has a different chance of having, like, different levels or whatever. Ground and water, I prefer using Whoopie Boy. But Whooper himself is not a ground type. That's the thing. So we're just gonna continue. What we're gonna try and do initially is fill out our team a little bit. We need at least one flash-type Spectrobe, and we're gonna want just to fill out the party a little bit more as a whole. That's one reason I'm kind of upset that, we lost the Shapod is because that's a good flash-type Spectro. I mean good. Oh, and battle. Alright, so we've got 2 Rock and a Gris. See, Rollin only hits for 1 is Rollin's problem. He will only ever hit the Krawl for 1 point of damage. But with the glove, at least he can knock him around. Now, let's see what happens with the charged attack. Knock him around. Okay, go get him, Zozane. Okay, so it hasn't charged. Now it's charged. So I can do what? Press them both at the same time, nothing happens? Oh, no, one of them gets to attack. That's how it works. Because I don't have... Yes. We'll get into that eventually. Alright. Spiken, you're up. Zozane. Okay, so what I'm basically doing right now is letting my Spectrobes take turns trying to knock these things around. Until they die. Until one dies. I think we should take out the Gris first. Clearly. Oh, and Rollin takes heavy hits from the Krawl, by the way. So you do want to keep him out of there as much as possible. And Spiken really is the best to be dealing with that. And we win. Okay, so if Rollin ever runs out of HP, we're in trouble. Oh, and HP attack and defense can rise just by battle experience. That is your Minergy, as they're now calling it. Let's see if we can find anything else before we head back to the ship to heal up real quick. Because we do need some minerals and such, for sure. We only got the one... Oh, here we go. There might be more just where Rollin is, too. Okay, it looks like this is going to be a Power C. So I believe the shape determines the type it is, like whether it's for power or defense or HP. And the color determines its grade. I do believe that's how it works here. And I am doing my best to not chip too much directly at it. We're doing good. Do I go for the 100? Or do I just pick it up? This is actually kind of... Got it. You get more points if... You get more points if you dig it up completely than you do for not. Okay, so this one's an HP. This one is for sure HP. Because it's a crescent shape. Now, minerals are something that they play a huge role throughout the series, but they also don't stay consistent. As you'll find out as we move forward. And I say that based on the fact that I couldn't tell you how to identify them without really trying to figure that out mid-dig. As much as I remember about this franchise, that's one thing that I didn't for sure remember. I was like, I know it's different. But I don't remember in what ways. Oh, this is gonna be tricky. Here? One wrong move and we could be in trouble. So we're gonna blow. It's still covered. I don't know. I'm gonna say over on the... There we go, the tip. Health C. So we have a couple of minerals now. And we have a good boy still digging up more. Okay. Yep. Digging is going to be just so much a part of this adventure that you really can't get around it. I wish you could. Except that I enjoy the excavation process. And I enjoy it more and more as the games progress. Like, I'm excited to think what they might have done if they had made a fourth game. Which I'm still extremely disappointed hasn't happened. Also, I wanted to see Roland and Gina here in Smash. But that was never going to happen either, especially when we haven't had a new game since, I think, 2010. And that's the thing, is it's been that long since we got one. So, I think it was 2010, which means it's been 11 years at this point. With, like, no even indicator that it could happen. So, unlike with Kingdom Hearts, where it was 13 years in between, there's no reason to expect anything new, sadly. Alright, can I please get a Shapod? Because I want to revive Segu, for sure. But... okay, there's more than one thing here. But I want, I do want the Shapod. Okay, so one of the keys here is either barely touch anything at all, like, as in don't let anything touch anything, or long, smooth strokes. Because long, smooth strokes, as long as you're not really actively hitting the mineral too much directly, you can really thrive. I can't believe the lack of actual fossils, though. Like, we've seen 3, and 2 of them were Segu. So, yeah, this is the basics of the game. Done a little bit of combat. We've done a bit more than that in expeditions. And this is, well, the heart and soul of the game. This is what it is. And it's going to be raising monsters and doing more battle, and raising monsters and doing more battle, and doing more digging. And there comes a point where you can stop digging and you can just... you end up just training your monsters, your Spectrobes in combat. Unless you're still needing to evolve some. So, like, there comes a point where you can stop relying on minerals and don't exactly need to dig up more fossils themselves. Like, eventually you get it all, right? So there comes a point where that happens, and you can focus more on the combat than the other aspects of it. But that is not a point we are at. And yeah, the only way to fill out our team, the only way to get more Spectrobes is to dig them up and awaken them. And awakening is probably the most annoying thing about this game, I would say. Because, as you saw with the microphone with Komi Inu, it's not exactly the most effective, efficient system. Also, different Spectrobes have different search areas. Different search ranges. That's the word I'm looking for. And honestly, if I still had my strategy guide for this game, unfortunately I do not. There were maps that would show you exactly where everything spawns, and, like, the fossil that happened here will respawn after I've been in the ship. But we're going to go back to the ship now to heal and save our game, and to call it the end of the episode. Because, well, we don't want to drag it on too long. This episode's already been longer than most will. But that was because of all the cutscenes and the intro and everything. But that is where we're going to end off this first episode. I want to thank you for watching. If you like this sort of content, please be sure to slay that like button. That tells the algorithm that more people need to see this video, and it'll push it out as recommended to more people. So if you like this sort of content, please do be sure to do that. It helps out the channel immensely. Then consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Ring that bell for notifications so you can be among the first to know when I have a new video go live. And check the links in the description below for all the cool things that I do. Then, if you're feeling up to it, go ahead and leave a comment as well. Tell me your initial thoughts on this game, if you've ever played one of these games before. And if so, what's your favorite Spectrobe? Once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!